All right, everybody. Welcome to Merely on Time Watch Reviews. I'm Chris. I unbox and review budget watches. And I am live. Already had a glitch. I've got the chat on another window and it decided for whatever reason just to disappear. So anyways, exciting video for you today. I'm going to be reviewing a San Martin watch that does appear to be an original watch, and the reason why I think it's original is because when I did a Google image search of the watch, it only pulled up the San Martin. Didn't pull up any other brand that it looked like. Often when I am doing a watch and I want to find out what it's homaging, I'll do a Google image search of the watch, and it'll of course find the brand that it is, Pagani Design, San Martin, whatever, but it'll also pull up the watch that it is homaging. And I didn't find any examples of other watches for this San Martin. Now today I am rocking a watch that some of you just are going to like roll your eyes or whatever. This is the Invicta Pro Diver Montreal Canadiens watch. The Habs are en route to playing the Toronto Maple Leafs as we speak, and so I am going to get this done with as quickly as possible so that I can tune in and watch the game. Go Habs! Also, at the end of the review that I'm doing, I have a bit of a watch talk that I'm doing over on StreamYard, and it'll just seamlessly flow into the live here. I'll switch to the StreamYard link, and I have my buddy Andre. I think he was in queue waiting. He's not going to be on video, but he'll be audio. Watching James should be coming on. Trap Vision 3D is going to be coming on around 8 o'clock if we're still going that long. And possibly Norman from Killing Time with Norman. David Schwartz might tune in if he gets home on time. So we're going to be talking about the importance of a connection to a watch or a watch brand when you decide to purchase a watch. If you're watching live, go ahead and leave me a comment. I should be able to see it. Eventually, I'm going to just kind of go over there and see who's here and whatnot. And I definitely want you guys to be a part of the conversation that we get to. So let's take a look at this San Martin watch. I'm going to give you the basic specifications, an up close and personal, a lume shot, probably a wrist shot, and then my likes and gripes. So let's get into it now. Here it is. This is the new San Martin. I forgot to write down the model number, but we can find it on the website here in just a moment. I'll just get the thing running. It is really a cool original watch, I have to say. I really like this black and white version. I'll just take you over to the website, and hopefully it is still on the website. So here's the price, $204. I might actually just hop on over to the website here and kind of scroll down and get the description so we can get the model number for you. So it's SN0106-G3, and as you can see, you can get it in two colorways, although this particular store right now is only offering it in the black and white version, which is quite nice. So let's spec this out with Super Cali. Hey, Super Cali, say hello. Oh, I apologize. It gets me every time, guys. It gets me every time. So you're looking at a 37 millimeter case, thickness of 13 millimeters, 20 millimeter wide lugs. It is going to taper on this bracelet down to 16 millimeters, back up to probably 18 or 20 at the clasp, 18 millimeters at the clasp, and the lug to lug is 44. Let's just call it 44 and a half. Obviously well dimensioned, 200 meters of water resistance, a really nice dome sapphire crystal, 316L stainless steel. The bracelet has a combination of brushed and polished surfaces. The beads of rice in the middle are polished. The outer links are brushed. Obviously, San Martin has done a great job at the finishing. Typical San Martin clasp with the San Martin logo on it, and of course it is a milled clasp. Solid links, solid end links, screw pins to adjust the bracelet. Although on this particular watch, in this particular package, I am pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that the watch did not come with a screwdriver to adjust the bracelet. I had to use one of my own. So yeah, this is really quite nice. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, in the description of the video, you will see an affiliate link. This is a watch that I received for free. Essentially, I purchased it with credit money that I received by being a part of the Aliexpress influencer program. I should reach level 5 again by the end of this month, thanks to your amazing support and using those affiliate links. And eventually I will be doing a giveaway again. And who knows, I might even give away this watch because I want to give back to you, the community. Unfortunately, with the tariffs in the United States right now, that is making it difficult. But I won't digress anymore on that. So let's get up close and personal, enjoy the montage, and take a closer look at the watch here. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that up close and personal. I just kind of jumped over to the comment section, saw quite a few of you there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting the channel. I really appreciate you guys. So let me show it to you on wrist. I'm going to get into my likes and gripes about this one in just a minute. Very well dimensioned watch as far as you know, all wrists are concerned. I have a 7.5-inch wrist, and yeah, this is sharp. They've done a really, really nice job with this one. I must admit, I really kind of like this one. I've enjoyed spending my time with it. Seiko NH35 movement running this one. The one that I got happens to be running about 11 seconds slow per day, so well within the tolerances. Yeah, everything about the watch is just done very, very well. The lume, I got to admit, I was slightly disappointed with the lume. We'll just go over to the Merley lume spectrometer. This will give you an idea of how I grade the lume based on how long the elements on the dial last during the time-lapse video. Obviously, if we want great lume, it has to last 20 minutes and above. What I call bloody fantastic lume will last 25 minutes and above. The last watch that I reviewed, holy It was amazing. It lasted over 30 minutes on the time lapse. Absolutely incredible. Let's see how this one fares. Here's the loom shot now. All right, guys. So yeah, this one basically went almost to 20 minutes and it virtually disappeared. And so it's got some pretty good loom. It didn't quite make it to the level that I was expecting for San Martin. So I would give this a pretty good rating. It essentially lasted to 20 minutes, but it didn't really last over 20 minutes before everything kind of disappeared. And really that was kind of disappointing. So let's transition now to my likes and my gripes about this watch. Lots of things to like about it. I think it is a well-dimensioned, well-spec'd, very wearable, well-finished piece overall. They've done an excellent job. One of the comments that I received in just one of the community posts leading up to the live, someone who has purchased this watch, they absolutely love it. It really is a well-made piece that San Martin has done. There are a few other elements on the watch that I really, really like. The domed sapphire crystal on this is absolutely fantastic. Have a look at it here. And along with that domed sapphire crystal, you have this kind of two-step bezel on this as well. So there's like, it has two steps. Just have a look at that. You can see kind of the mirror polish finish. There's two lines of mirror polish finish because there's actually a double step up onto this bezel with that domed sapphire crystal. And you can see the finishing is really, really done well on this, as you would expect for a San Martin timepiece. And so really nice, nicely done. The crown action on this one is just fantastic, really easy to grip. Obviously no crown guards on it, but it is super butter smooth. Really, I think the star of the show on this one, at least in my opinion, is the bracelet. The bracelet on this is so silky smooth. The integration of the links and everything, the milled clasp obviously is nice, but the beads of rice finishing on this is really absolutely outstanding. And it just feels great. It wears great as well. It feels absolutely fantastic on the wrist. And so, yeah, well done with this bracelet. I mean, it really is just fantastic. Far as the beads of rice, it's the best beads of rice bracelet I've worn. And I would honestly say, guys, that it is the best bracelet that I've experienced from Aliexpress. It is perfection itself. It really is done really, really well. The other plus I would say is it does appear to be an original design, although while I like the fact that they are putting out an original design, at least it appears to me from the research I've done, I couldn't find anything else that it popped up as far as a homage piece. So it's nice that they are producing some original designs, and I certainly hope that they do some more. And the price, I think, is decent for this watch. You're looking at just over $200 for this timepiece. And yeah, well made, well spec'd, dimensioned, perfect for any size wrist. I think San Martin has done a really nice job with this one. Of course, I want to hear what you guys think about in the comments below. We'll get this camera flipped back around, and I want to talk about the gripes that I have with this watch. And there are a few. Excuse me, guys. So, get my notes here and talk about the gripes. First of all, I want to talk about the loom. I've had other San Martin watches, and the loom was bloody fantastic on all of them. So the fact that this one didn't quite make 20 minutes to be considered great loom was honestly disappointing. Now, it is in a dive watch, 200 meters water resistance. That's what it's rated at anyways, so that's a good specification to have, although probably not pressure tested, and you might not want to trust that rating anyways. But yeah, the loom, it just disappointed me, and I was expecting it to be great for sure, and it didn't quite make it to great. For those of you that this doesn't bother me in particular, but I thought that I would mention it because I know it will bother some of you. They are running the Seiko NH35, I believe. I'm not an expert on my movements by any means, but it does have a ghost position for the date on the crown, and so rather than using what it would be, the NH36 or NH39, whatever it is that doesn't have the ghost position, they did not use on this one, and you know, as a result, there is a ghost position on the watch. Personally, that doesn't really bother me, but I know it bothers some of you, and so that's likely, you know, it's worth mentioning anyways, because I know it's something that you're going to be concerned about. The original design, although I'm a fan of the original design, I do have to say that there isn't anything overly appealing in the design for me, as far as, you know, it's just not something that strikes me, you know, it's not giving me a, like, wow moment. And so, although I do appreciate the fact that it does appear to be an original design, it doesn't have a lot of wow factor to it. In my opinion, it's, you know, you have plain indices, you know, bat and hour and minute hand. You know, it's just it's a fairly common thing that you see on a lot of watches. And so now the bezel, the way it has two steps to it, that was very cool. I like the design element of that, but as far as the dial is concerned, I would like to see some more wow factor, if you will. So that's my 2 cents, guys, on the San Martin. I really appreciate your support. Affiliate link is in the comment below, and that kind of concludes my review. I'm going to jump over to the comments here and just see who is on, and then gotta go check my StreamYard. And so, yeah, there's a bunch of you on. Oh my goodness, and the comments are fast and furious. Now I'm gonna do something here so I can actually read them and zoom in on the screen here. All right. Oh, I zoomed in a little too far. One more back, and all right, so Fred, watching James, good morning. Yeah, he's into Thursday. And actually, let's pop on over and see if my guests are on. Yeah, I'm going to add them on here now. My buddy Andre. Okay, let's do that, and let's do that. And guys, I apologize in advance if my audio isn't great on here. But we've got my pal watching James. There he is. And Andre is not able to tune in with video today, but he is tuning in with audio. And what I wanted to talk about for this episode is how important feeling a connection to a brand factors into your decision to collect that brand or buy that watch. And the reason I share this, and I was going to invite Adam over at Fair and Swit to be a part of this conversation, but he's currently watching his Cubs play the Brewers in baseball. But recently, I had to send this watch in for a return or a warranty repair, and this is their Wayfinder by Fair and Swit. And here's why I will buy Fair and Swift watches, and why I will support this brand. I've got a great connection with Adam, the owner, and he's just a great dude. This watch is 4 years old. It was well beyond the warranty. The hour hand actually come loose and started spinning around. And I know, James, you've done some modifications and some builds, and you might have been confident enough to fix that, but I sure wasn't. So I mentioned it.
No, not even slightly.
Yeah. So I mentioned it to Adam, and even though the watch was probably 2 years past the warranty, he agreed to pay for the repair. Now, I didn't let him. But to be fair, he was fully going to pay for the repair. And so just meeting him, and I also love the fact that they make really well-designed and great watches. But the connection with the owner really incentivizes me to support their brand. And you don't get that really on AliExpress, do you? I mean, you might have a connection or a love for certain brands, but it's a little bit different. And so let me just jump over and see if anyone else is on before I continue here. No, so no one else is on. So what are your thoughts, guys? And I know, like James, I would assume that you have a connection to, for example, Houtman, because they're an Australian micro brand that make great watches. And Andre, you have some connections to Zinn and Omega.
Not truly.
Not truly. Okay, so let's.
No, I'm just a fanboy.
Just a fanboy. Okay, so let's just talk about this for a minute. And if the audio isn't great, guys, for this segment, I do apologize. I hope it's good. So, Andre, what do you think about the question? How important is connecting to a brand owner when it comes to your purchase decisions or in general?
Yeah, so first of all, hi Chris, and hi James. I don't think we've interacted before. I mean, I've been in your chat a few times, James, but I think this is the first time we're talking.
Right.
So Chris, I don't know. I, not being a YouTube guy, I don't have the same sort of connection to brands that you guys have. But what I would say is that I've had a very, very similar experience to the one you described with Far and Swift. When I bought my first Zelos, the Nova, right? There was an issue with so this had like a ETA 7001 movement, like a hand one, and the version that I bought had like some issue where the power reserve was just completely off. So basically, you would fully wind it up, and then after like 12, 14 hours, it would just stop. Right, where the power reserve is supposed to be like 40 hours, I think.
Yeah.
And I contacted the guy. I unfortunately I don't remember the name, the owner's name. Maybe Elfran or something. I'm not sure. I remember. And the interaction with him was just mind blowing and amazing. So he immediately offered to send me a replacement watch.
Yeah.
All expenses paid, including shipping. I mean, I'm in Germany, and this is from Hong Kong, I think. And moreover, he just said, okay, I'll send you the new watch. You try it out. You make sure that everything is fine.
Yeah.
And then you send the old watch back. Right? And this, bear in mind that I was a first-time customer for the brand.
Wow.
Right. So this and I also I don't have any online presence or anything like that. So this was mind blowing, that the customer service.
Yeah.
So obviously that means that I'm whenever I have any doubt about some quality assurance issue with Zelos, I know that I can rely on the brand to fix any problem. Right. And this is, I think Zelos is like the only brand where I bought two watches. Yeah, I mean, except for
Yeah.
Vostok, I guess. But
Well, and
that doesn't really count.
yeah, you gave one of them to me, which I still have and wear,
Yeah.
and am so thankful for. So yeah, on the live chat, guys, there's my man Trap Vision 3D. So welcome in, Trap. So here's kind of the point. You know, for example, I know Trap has had a strong connection to the Invicta brand, at least for quite some time. And that really got him into the hobby. And personally, I have a connection to Timex because of my youth, and the first watches I ever wore were Timex. So I would never hesitate to buy another Timex, and we just lost Trap. Hopefully you can get back there, Trap. But James, talk about that question from your perspective. Connection to a watch brand, is how important it is to you. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Well, I think it's sorry, man. I think it's a really interesting question actually, because it's something I've been thinking about more and more, because my collection has a whole heap of different watches from all over the place, and I've been trying to sort of get to know why certain watches stay versus others go, and the connection to them is definitely one of the big reasons why a watch stays in my collection longer than others, and part of that connection sometimes does sort of relate to, do I know the brand? How does it relate to my own history? Do I know the people that are involved in it? And doing this channel, I've been getting to know more brand owners. And sometimes, like you said, like with Halpin Watches, he's part of my local Red Bar group. I catch up with him for coffee occasionally. You know, I chat with him on Instagram. He's a really nice guy. And that certainly does make me like his watches more than I probably would even if I didn't have that relationship. So I know I've got a couple of his watches in my collection, and I love them. They're great watches, but I think that adds to it. And I think recently also I've been chatting to some more sort of new brands that are just coming out, and some are really nice, and you can see that they're really enthusiastic and really excited about watches, and I've been now getting excited about their watch as well. So that has been forming that connection for me. And strangely enough, talking about AliExpress watches, because I think a lot of people think AliExpress watches are all sold from AliExpress, and of course they're not. That's just the platform that they're being sold on. And when I talk to these brands, a lot of them are obviously just a factory or a big company, or it's very much a sales team or something, and it's we have a watch, would you like a watch? But then there's others who are obviously more of what I would describe as a micro brand, but they just happen to be also selling on AliExpress. They're based in China, and there's one brand, the Ixdao, they sell on AliExpress obviously as well. And there's two guys that run that. They're both Chinese, but one of them actually lives in the city that I live in, and he has done so for a long time. You know, Australia's very close. We're part of Asia, really. So he lives locally and is part of my Red Bar group as well. His partner, his business partner, still lives in China, and they work together creating this watch. So it's different. It feels like a micro brand, although it's AliExpress. So it's different, and that has made me like their watches more, because it's not just a big no-face company that's maybe great watches or good value, etc. But knowing that it is actually these two guys creating the watches that they want to create, getting to speak to him and listening to the story and why they create the watches, it has made me like their watches even more. So definitely that connection to individuals adds to that for me. Yeah,
very cool. Trap, welcome in. Do a test 1, 2, 3. Oh, we can hear you good. Live chat. Please let me know, live chat, if the audio has been decent. And again, thank you everyone for tuning in. There's a number of you. Let me just shout out some people here for a second. So Greg, welcome in. Skylar, my man, Skylar Santana's in. Of course, Jerry Jones, hey man, welcome. Thank you for watching and joining us here. Let me see if there's some more. Fred, if I didn't mention you, hello Fred. Thank you very much. So yeah, Trap, you had your watch collecting journey kind of started with a connection somehow to Invicta, and it is a massive connection with the the cruises that you all go on, I know that another friend of mine, there was an actual Invicta group, like Invicta Maryland, and I don't know if you have a certain group of people that. But talk to me about your experience with connecting to a brand and how important that has been to you as you've collected thousands of watches.
Hey, I blame James, man. Before I even knew James, he influenced me. I blame James. No, but seriously, my connection to Invicta was definitely through a cruise. Before the cruise, it was actually a home shopping network.
Yeah.
And I find it interesting. There are, I'm not going to say a number, there's just a few entities on YouTube that refer back to the surprise that people are still watching home shopping networks and buying watches. And this makes up a large group of people. So during like an era, like I'm gonna say 2015, 2016, it started out just with chatting back and forth, and then having like little events, people going to people's houses, meeting out for dinner. Like it was crazy. And my first run-in with Invicta collectors was on a cruise, outside of talking, chatting with people online. Once I left the cruise, I found out on the cruise that there were Facebook groups. And when I came to Facebook, Invictaholics was the first group that I went to. And then I found out there are a slew of Invicta groups out here.
Yeah.
I mean, one had like 90,000 members, right? I'm like, that's crazy. And it just bloomed from there, man. And you learn so much about it. And, you know, I was sharing this earlier today. A part of my journey of learning the watches, you have TV show hosts that are telling you about the watches. They're telling you the breakdown and telling you the history. They were doing, like, Invicta was doing Lumicast. They were doing wood watches. They were doing titanium, tungsten. They were doing all these elements that people go crazy for now. I saw this 15 years ago, right? And it was like, you're learning so much while collecting, and it was easy to collect because the watches are like it. I tell you what, Shop HQ or Evine or Shop NBC was like today's AliExpress. The only difference is you got somebody telling you about the watches, right? You got two watch experts, and you have a bunch of ladies. Some may model the watches, the other ones are helping the watch specialists move the show along and stuff like that. So you developed a lot. I mean, it was easy to get involved with Invicta, right? And you learned about Swiss movements and learning about like deviation time, all this stuff, and just fell in love with it, man. It was extremely easy. And it's funny, like if you look at across the board now, there's almost you have to get like a disclaimer before you say, well, ladies and gentlemen, before you vomit or before your head explodes, I'm going to show you this Invicta real quick. It's like relax.
Go Montreal!
Because, hey, for those that love the hobby, right? If you are digging horology, you're loving the history, you're loving all of the stuff that, you know, from back in the day. And fast forward, how watches are made and the ideas behind the designs. These people that collect Invicta aren't like aliens. They aren't bums. They're not like all the stuff that's being said. These are judges, lawyers, mathematicians, scientists. They're people. That's like anybody else, and it is so laughable to see how like upset people can get about, you know, like comparing an Invicta to a freaking Rolex or a Tudor or Vacheron. I'm like, bro, come stop it. Stop it. It's just a gateway. And Invicta is a gateway drug, if you will. That thing will lead you to other paths. I mean, you guys seen my first 4 years on YouTube was all about Invicta. And then I learned about micro brands. And then I learned about other stuff. And now, I guess if you're going to judge me on watches, you don't know I'm a mutt, I guess. Because I got everything pretty much.
Yeah. All right, welcome into Ramon. Thank you for tuning in. Any questions that you guys might have for any of my friends here, please type them in, and I will try and interject with them. I know for a fact, and I know, Andre, you had a comment there. I'll get to you in a second, pal. You know, a guy like Mark at Long Island Watch, he has connected to so many people, and in his own brand has done amazingly well because of how he has connected with the consumer. You know what I mean? And he's one of those guys, as Andre had said, like, if you ever have an issue, full stop, he's going to take care of it. And Adam just proved that to me with Fair and Swit. And so, yeah, I think it's hugely important, you know, to have a connection to something to the watch other than, this is a nice looking watch, I want to get it. That's kind of
Right.
how I started. You know, if the watch looked halfway decent, I didn't care how much it costs. I just wanted a good-looking watch, and there was no connection to it. So, Andre, what did you want to say? I think you were trying to say something before I cut you off and said hello to Ramon on this feed here.
No worries. I just had a question for Trap
What's up?
about the professional curiosity. Can you name I mean, joking aside, do you actually know a mathematician that wears Invicta?
Do I know?
The only reason he's asking, Trap, is
A
because
mathematician. that's
Andre is a
wearing
mathematician.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you this. When I was in college, like, yeah, he wore his mathematician. He wore an Invicta. He wore a Pro Diver and a Venom. That's why I always use that example, bro. Like,
Huh.
yeah, bro. Like, that's a crazy thing. I know a scientist that loves Invicta. Speaking of which, I was talking to my buddy Vic earlier, and this guy, I don't know what this guy does, but he's driving an $80,000 Volvo, and he has the largest Invicta known to man, which is a C-Hunter. This thing is about 26 millimeters tall, and about the lug is like 60 millimeters, bro. I'm talking about, it's the equivalent of having this on your wrist, right there. It's like that. And now, I don't know what this guy does for a profession, but he's driving an $80,000 car.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. So the comment is not in any way pejorative towards Invicta or anything. I know a lot of mathematicians, and I have never seen one wearing an Invicta. That's why I was curious. If you can tell me like a name, I need to know.
Let's just say his last name was Sweets.
Sweet, okay.
Well, that's what we're going to call him. We're going to call him Sweets.
Okay.
So let me,
what size does a watch become a clock?
yeah.
Diesel, I'm going to say Diesel, bro. Diesel, I think, is the largest watch on the planet.
I think if you can tie it to your wrist, then maybe there's no real distinction, right?
How do I get the pendulum on the grandfather clock, though, to work?
Hey, I tell you what, you give Invicta that idea, it'll come to life.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. So James, let's go around. The last watch that you bought that you felt a connection to, and why?
The last one I thought I called a connection to.
Like you bought it because of, you know, all of these things that we're talking about. What was the last one?
The actual connection. See, I don't think I buy with the connection in mind. I think I form the connection afterwards sometimes.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Because I buy because I like it. It's funny because I really like the idea of having that connection to a brand, or the idea that I like certain brands over other brands, or I like the heritage, or I like the designs, or I like the innovations, or I like that they've been around for a long time. But then when it actually comes to buying a watch, that all goes out the window, and I just look at the watch and basically think, do I like that one? Is that the watch that I want? Do I want it in my collection? And all the lovely thoughts behind it aren't really relevant to my purchase decision. But then sometimes when I get them, I then form a connection to them. And it might be because I've done something with that watch, or then maybe now I've interacted with people. And so like the brands like the Houghton watches where I've got a connection to the actual owner itself. If I bought his new watch, I still would be buying it because I want that watch. I then may form a further connection because I know the brand owner. But Yeah, I don't think it's a connection prior to. It's a connection afterwards for some reasons with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. You know, and I know, like for example, Mad Watch Collector, like he's a Casio guy, right? Like a good number of his videos.
Oh, yeah.
Like obviously, there's a huge connection to that particular brand. Fair and Swit, speaking of them, and I was hoping to have Adam on. They're coming out with another digital watch soon that is going to be a retro digital watch, like they have released with their like cassette tape, going to be based on a VHS or a VCR, you know, from the 80s and 90s, and they're reasonably priced. Probably going to be around $40 for the digital watch, and I'm totally going to get one just because I like the brand and I like the uniqueness of their designs and the connection, all of that. So, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll just hope that he can get this done. He needs to get a relationship with Hasbro since he's doing those digital cassette tapes. He needs to come out with the Autobots or Decepticon Soundwave cassette tape. I would buy all of them.
Yeah.
I would buy every last one of them.
Well, send
Bro,
them on.
oh my gosh, Laserbeak, bro. Oh my gosh, I would definitely buy those.
Yeah, I told him that he should make the like a Discman one. Now they did a cassette tape. He's got to go up, like he's got to keep going, right? The Discman and whatever, and then eventually we'll be wearing our. Eventually it'll be the iPhone on the wrist. But yeah,
I think Apple's already done that.
Yeah. So what was the last watch you bought, Trap, that you did so because of a connection, or are you similar to James where you form it afterward?
So I'm random sometimes with watch buying, but I remember what Dave D, the Oracle, as I call him. He was at I think he was at Wind Up. He was somewhere. He was at one of the watch events, and he came across Mark's booth, and he showed me that Rangemaster 2. Sent me pictures of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that watch is sick. And I saw Mark's video shortly after, and I got a chance to go out to Chicago, and it's crazy because y'all know I always carry watches with me. I have it right here. This one has become one of my favorite watches outside of my Tissot. But this one right here, the connection was when I listened to TGB and Mark talked about this watch. And what inspired it. I'm a sci-fi guy. I'm a movie head too. And I know that's something TGB, man, his movie references and video game references are crazy. And that's what really drew me to the watch. And it's just like, I just had to have it. So I missed out on it at one of those shows. And I said, I told a couple people, if I see that watch, when I go out to, where did I get this from? I went out to DC, District Times, and that's why I bought this one. So this is like more of a hero watch. I love this watch. This is like one of my favorite watches of all times. 2 YouTubers, which I think is like, that's super dope knowing that people started out on YouTube. They have businesses that sell the things that we like fawn after, that we like absolutely love. And it's a nice watch. It's a nice watch. And I know it's called a Rangemaster 2. But this is more of a mechanical style watch, something that you may see on the Terminator, or I think it was forged from the Terminator, something like that, or a Transformer. I just like the watch. And that's my connection to it. And that's why this is one of my ultimate favorites outside of my Tissot. Did I tell y'all I like my Tissot? I think I told y'all that, right? Okay.
No, first time.
Is that a new purchase, Trap? I've never seen that on your wrist before.
Oh, no? Okay, this watch right here, yeah, the snake eye, I love this one.
So I'm just going to jump over and see if there is any questions or comments. Okay, so let's just see what Fred, a brand name can help with connection. I like Accurus. The name just stood out to me instantly. Sounds cool. Right on. Let's see here. Greg Decina.
By the way, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fred has some very good eyes. He actually realized that the San Martin that you were reviewing is actually kind of inspired from a Breitling.
From a what? Sorry.
From a Breitling.
Ooh.
Breitling, like the top. I looked it up.
Okay,
top
which?
time B31.
Oh, okay. Ah, this must be why I like it, because I love Breitling. Yeah, it's interesting because I put it, like I say, I other watches that I wanted to kind of figure out what is this watch homaging or whatever. I just take a picture of the watch, put it in Google Image, and hit search, and it would, of course, find any of the images online and similar images, and so the original watch would pop up. So. Yeah, what was that reference number, Andrew? I'm going to write it down while...
top time B31.
P as in Peter?
B as in Bob.
Okay, top time.
Bob 31.
B31. Okay.
Yep.
I'll have to...
It's not an exact copy, but it looks... I mean, if you look at them side by side, you realize there's some definite connection.
Ah, okay. Yeah, very good. All right, I'm going to see if anyone else is joining in. What is coming up on... Oh, James is just turning it around. I got to get back to the window here. Yeah, I can't quite
show the
see.
blue model, James.
Yeah, show the... Go ahead and do that again, James. Can you hear us, James? Turn the camera around. Turn the camera around again one. And show the image there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Cool.
Except for that one's 8,500 Australian. How much is the San Martin?
204 US dollars. Yeah.
So it's about 350 Australian. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? I will say, James, Mr. Influencer, Mr. Twist My Arm. Those were.
You just use this as an excuse, Trap. Oh,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I James made
Right. I'm like, why did you buy that? Listen, James forced me. Okay, it was his fault. No, but those are some great options that you showed. I was just talking about. At this present time, watches are going up. Breitling is about to go up again. Tudor just went up, and everybody is going up in price. Some people gonna suck it up. They're gonna keep buying. But I was looking at this report, and Eddie's Dive is on top of sales right now. Eddie's Dive is killing it, and people are buying those watches left to right, man. And what's interesting is I have a friend here in my state. Not a watch guy. He's not attached to any YouTube or anything like that, or Facebook, Instagram. But yet he has 2 Addy Dives in his collection. And we were out to eat, and I was like, "How do you know about that?" He said, "Man, I was just searching, watches, man. I don't want to spend a lot, and I saw this watch was like $90 on this website, and I just bought it." He said, and I saw a guy here, and I bought another one. So yes, bro, like it's an appealing market. And I would be surprised, I wouldn't be surprised to see some larger channels started to double down on offering some of those, or talking about some of those watches or reviewing, because I foresee some people just tapping out, bro, because watches are getting expensive.
Yeah.
Crazy. That tariff thing is killing people.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. I was telling, who was I telling recently? I don't know if I was telling you, James, or whatever, but I would have liked to have either, if I didn't give this one away as a part of the influencer program bit, I would of course put it on the eBay store. And I went in now. I got a double whammy against me because Canada Post is on strike, and so I can't send any watches out right now if I sold them. And I went in at the end of August and I said, I got another watch I'm selling. Oh, there's a new rule now. As of August 29th, we cannot send a watch to the United States unless you show that you have prepaid the tariff. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, whatever. So they said, download this app, go home, put the information in, prepay the tariff, come back. So $100 watch. Wasn't that expensive, obviously. It's just $100, but they take your eBay fees off of that, right? The tariff on the watch, valued at $100, was just over $40. It was 35% plus a processing fee. And then eBay gets 15%. I think it was Greg, actually, my pal Greg DeCita. He who's on the live chat. He bought this watch and he's like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about it, whatever." I made like $11 on the watch. It was like, I didn't pay for the watch. It was one of those AliExpress deals that I got for the. But it's like, so then I sold another one a couple days later, and I ended up messaging the guy and I said, "Listen, I can't do it, man. I gotta pay." It was $40 on $100. This one was $200, and the tariff was going to be $80. So, yeah. So that's kind of, and I know I was just talking to a buddy of mine, and he runs a shop in which he gets like steel and aluminum, whatever, and he's thinking of closing up because he just can't. He's getting killed with the tariffs and whatnot. So now. Change the topic, but yeah, it's that all of that is affecting. Mark did some great videos on how it was going to impact his prices at Long Island Watch.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
AliExpress, as you guys have probably noticed, or James, you would have noticed, like they're jumping up. There's always a sale, but like their regular prices have definitely gone up. Like a Pagani design of over $200 now, regular price. Like, come on, like I like Pagani design, but give me a break. You know what I mean? Like when they used to be $85 or whatever. All right, final thoughts, guys, because we're 50 minutes into my stream, and thank you for joining me. I'm gonna jump back over to the chat and see what Skylar is he gonna be ribbon Trap here. Hold on here. What's he saying? Trap says James is an influencer to make watch purchases when he reviews one watch at a time. Then he goes live at an 80 and shows us 300 watches.
I'm not thinking about you, Skylar. Mind your manners, man. Get out of here. He got some nerve, Mr. Automatic Casio.
Oh yeah. Oh, Greg so the watch I sold him that I made $11 on was the Bernie Navitimer homage. Oh my goodness. Final thoughts, guys. We'll begin with you, Andre. Thanks so much, pal. Good to hear your voice again and connect with you again, Andre. Your final thoughts on what we've talked about.
Well, I would say, I don't know. Personally, I don't care too much about the brand. I think the best thing you can get from looking specifically at the brand is if you know that brand stands for something, right? So if you view the brand as a sort of a guarantee of some quality that you're looking for in a watch, right? But beyond this, I fully agree with James's point, right? So beyond this, it's just like, do you actually like the watch or not? I actually think, personally, at least, I find the connection to a specific model much more important than the connection to a brand.
Okay.
Right. So in my case, for instance, I've always been obsessed since I was a kid with the Speedmaster, right? But I don't really care about Omega too much. I mean, I know it's a very nice brand, and I know that they make very reliable watches for quite reasonable prices considering what they are. But I don't really care too much about the Omega catalog apart from the Speedmaster.
Right.
As a perfect example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's something else I'd like to add to that. I guess that's my short take on it.
Yeah, no, that's great. James, final thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm almost exactly the same there, because it took me a while to figure out when I was looking at my collection, thinking, well, what's my favourite brand? Is it Seiko and Hamilton and things? But then I look at my collection, and there's rarely a double up in the same brand within the thing. So I like certain watches within certain brands, and then I really love those particular watches. So I think if you understand why certain watches are staying in your collection, why you wear them more than others, you get that sort of feeling of what is the connection? Why is that one so important to you? You can then use that to hopefully then buy another one to try and replicate that, or at least use that as a bit of a reference. And sometimes it is brands, and we sort of do like certain things over others, and some people really do buy into the history and the connection to that for them, and that's fine. I do like that when you do speak to somebody who is directly involved in the watch, like talking to market on the watch or talking to a micro brand owner, it does influence and change my perspective a little bit. But we don't all have that, and it's nice to have that idea of like reach out to a brand and say, hey, something's wrong with it, can I get this fixed? But that's not something that actually stops me buying a watch, because I know I can take any watch to a watchmaker, and unless it's got some bizarre movement, which most affordable watches don't have, then it's not going to be too much of a challenge. Just I keep that in mind when I'm going to buy anything, really, whether it be a Swiss watch or a used watch or a new watch or an Aliexpress watch or any watch, really.
Right on. Right on. Trap, final thoughts.
I'll piggyback off both of those brothers. I do agree with that. I don't believe in, like, brand loyalty is important to me. Honestly, I can get a Hamilton and just wear that, or wear one of these watches. I get whatever I like, and based on my lifestyle, right? So, for example, I literally just got through walking. I did a 10-mile walk moments ago, and I got on, of course, my Tissot that I had to show until tonight.
Is that new watch strap?
Yes, hey, listen, I don't know if you guys know, I don't know if you ever heard of Tissot, but like, this is a really nice watch. And the thing about it, you know what, and I was sharing this, and I kind of tried to hammer this home earlier. I can't tell people, and I'm not here to tell you what to go, what to follow, and stuff like that. But all I know is I like what I like. Brand loyalty don't mean anything to me. That means jack to me. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. My darn. There we go. Brand loyalty don't mean nothing to me. I like what I like.
Yeah.
I like, if the watch works for me, if there's certain elements. I mean, shoot, there was a watch that James showed. It don't have brand heritage or anything, but the watch looks good, right? So I'm like, dude, I would get that Mercure. I think he was showing a couple of those, and I'm like, yo, I would get that watch. Yeah. It's priced right. If it's priced right, it fits within my budget. I can get it with no problem. I don't owe a brand anything. I'm going to buy what I like and enjoy it. I'm too old to be sitting here fighting with somebody because they say, hey, you should get a Rolex, or you should get this brand. No, I get what I like. I get what I want, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Just a quick remark, Trap. So, in my opinion, the only way that brand loyalty makes sense is if it refers to the brand actually being loyal to its customers.
I can get with that, bro. I can definitely, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
And again, like, I know I started out talking about Invicta. I got a love-hate relationship with Invicta. And that was because they weren't loyal. They stopped being loyal to their customer. And it wasn't the size because I chose the watches that I like. But, yeah, when a brand don't do it, and I think it's great, like you said, James, because I've met with Adam from Fair and Swift. I've met with Kokomo. I've met with a number of people, even my relationship with Jake over at Trifecta. I mean, and he just represents a number of brands, but it's like I love being able to be in touch with them, knowing what's going on. That is a great feeling. That is great. So with that one, I can buy into that. Plus Fair and Swift, that's my hometown. So Chicago all day. But other than that, I'm pretty much gonna get what I like. That's how I go through this watch thing. And I think one of the bigger questions or maybe statements, if you will, is no. It is a question. As a YouTuber, do you find it important to chase a certain brand and promote it on like that? I think that's a valid question, which I don't think I've ever seen that question asked to another YouTuber. Because I just assume that content is always assumed is going to land on a consumer or an enthusiast. But how do you feel as a YouTuber? Do you feel a need to have a major brand or even mention a popular brand in order to be relevant or to get views or whatever your purpose is on YouTube? That could be for another show. I just want to throw that out there.
Well, I'll chime in on that and kind of close with my thoughts on that. And I might be a dissenting voice here a little bit, in the sense that I really value a connection to a brand. Now they have to make watches that I like. Obviously, I'm not just going to buy something because it's a brand, but like I will always, if my house burnt down and I lost everything and I needed to collect watches again from scratch, I will always have a Timex in my collection, no matter what. I love the brand. I'm connected to that brand because I wore the Iron Man from the time I was in grade 6 all the way through high school, college, like, and you know, Timex doesn't take care of their customers particularly well. It's a huge corporation now, but I am connected to that brand because of, you know, just my history.
Childhood memories, yeah.
And so that kind of connection definitely leads me. Like if I, you know, I could meet a person at a watch show. I didn't get to Toronto this year. That sucked. I couldn't make it. But like, if I met a guy at the watch show, and this is just me, you know, I'm just sharing my opinion, and then I'll get to your question, Traff, and then I gotta end and go cheer my Habs on. I don't know what the score is, but and go Blue Jays! They could topple the Yanks and get to the World Series tonight. If I was in Toronto at the Timepiece show and I saw a really great watch and the owner of the brand was a snob, rude, you know, etc., etc., you think I'm gonna buy that watch just because I like it? I'm not. But if I go and I see a watch that maybe isn't as nice, maybe it doesn't have as unique a design or something, but the owner is fantastic. He's enthusiastic. He's, you know, not hype and not BS, but, you know, just a genuine enthusiastic about their brand or about the watch or about watch collecting, whatever. Yeah, if I feel that connection and I like the watch, I'll buy it. If I don't feel the connection and I like the watch, I won't buy it. As far as the YouTube game is concerned, the rabbit hole that I've gone down now, simply because it's monetarily, for me, making me able to continue, are Aliexpress watches. I don't care about Rolex or you know, having to feature a big brand or whatever. If that's all I did, then I'd have maybe 2 videos out over a span of 10 years because it would take that long to buy one of those watches. Like, so I just kind of started out with buying as inexpensive watches as I could, and now that I'm on the influencer program, and I'll just share it again like I've shared with everybody, at the end of this month, the new season of the influencer program will be over. I'm just under $20 away from achieving level 5 again, in which I will be given $700 US to buy more watches on AliExpress. So that's really it's really enabling me to continue to show watches, and I'll get watches on AliExpress that I like or that other people are interested in or referring me to. And I get kind of tired of the line that, oh, it's just a Chinese piece of crap. James, I think, did your video recently on, you know, Chinese watches are actually, they're bloody good. They're getting really, really bloody good. Like, so it's like, so at any rate, I don't think that, as a channel, if I ever get a Breitling Navitimer, of course I'm going to show it on my channel and I'm going to be so excited. But that's not my goal to, you know, get a watch, you know, just because I want to be up there with the big boys that, you know, can do that sort of thing. And I have a feeling too that, let's be honest, unless you're rolling in bank, I mean, making good money like Kevin O'Leary, who can afford all those Rolexes, there's a good number of people that are probably buying these watches as investments, and they've bought them with credit or whatever, and you know, at which point, you know, they might, you know, have loans out on them, and yeah, they might be, you know, for a Rolex, for some models, might be worth more than MRSP as far as selling them is concerned. You start wearing that thing and scratching it up, you know, anyway. That's another topic for another time maybe. So thank you, Trap. Thank you, James.
No problem.
Thank you, Andre. Everybody, please. James is skyrocketing. You know how proud I am of you, James, and how happy I am for you? James and I remember when you were under 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, let's get James above 1,000 subscribers. Now this glorious bastard won two under 100 challenges in a row, and you robbed me of that last one. You robbed me of that last one, you bastard. Robbed me. I had a Swiss automatic movement. Oh, fully spec'd out. You got a Seiko 5 to the game. Ah! I had it. I had it. But how many subscribers are you at now? Like 20,000 plus now?
23,000 something or other.
Good Lord. Congratulations.
Hey, you hear how he was like 23,000 something like something.
No, man. You know, there is no.
Hey, Chris, while we're on that topic, I want to say thank you to you. You're one of the first people that reached out to me and connected with me. So, and it's my favourite part of this whole journey. Is talking to you guys, talking to Trap. You know, Trap and I talk quite often. I like to message, and I'm then connected with other people as well. It's so nice. And Chris, you're one of the absolute first people that I connected with.
Oh, thanks, man. And like, you know, and there's no, you know, I know of other, I've been in this game now for 5 years, and or at least the YouTube game, and I've encountered people that are just absolute dicks. You know, they're your friend until you're challenging their, or until like, I don't know if my channel's gonna grow up to your level.
Have some experience with that.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if my channel's
we
gonna. We
definitely got to do a part 2 to this, bro.
Yeah. But no, I'd love to. But like, I have like, when my friends succeed, I rejoice. I've got other than you winning the Honda. No, okay. When James succeeds, if Trap succeeds, there's another guy that I'm watching, Jason, the watch dude, Jason,
the watch guy, I guess.
Not Jason the watch
Jason
guy.
the
No,
watch guy?
no, not Jason the watch guy. I watch him. The dude watcher. Oh, he's gonna be so mad.
My dude watch.
Huh?
Jason from my dude watch.
Jason, my dude watch. Love that guy.
Yeah, bro.
And he's starting to blow up. Sorry, Jason. I just totally brain farted again. But like, when my friends succeed, I'm happy. And you know, I sent my buddy Simon watch the time. Have you seen him? 50,000 subscribers now.
But Chris, I think you're glossing over the important part. The important part there is your friends.
Exactly, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Listen, I was gonna say that, bro. Here's the deal. In this thing, what we chase every day, putting content out, and how life comes at you, we got each other, and it's a solid community. Those that's not supposed to be connected, they're not connected, and that's okay. That is okay. As long as you got some solid people behind you, bro, look, I told you, when you hit a milestone, I'm proud of everybody. Every time. When James hit a milestone, I'm like, yo, bro, every time, like, James will have videos popping up left.
Except
like,
when he won the under 100 challenge. Except that.
I mean, it's a great, like, we got a great community here. Great thing going, and I don't care about the numbers so much.
Yeah.
I look at the impact, and I saw James being talked about on a huge channel, right? And I even saw James being mentioned on this guy. I was looking at this guy. I don't know. He was the algorithm recommended, and this guy talked about all of the big names. And at the very end, he said, "Watching James." I said, "Oh, Watching James is in there with Gringa. He's in there with Teddy." I said, "Hey, bro."
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I want to watch that.
You up there, bro? Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Oh, cool. Send it to me too, because I'd love to see that. And
yeah,
totally deserving. So, all right, guys. If you haven't subscribed to either of my friends here, please go and do that. I'm sure you're already subscribed to both of them, but if not, please go and subscribe. Check out their videos. Yeah, they're just fantastic. Trap is the king of lives. My gosh. So I'm chewing your ear off on how to do some of this. But yeah, I'm going to live videos exclusively from now on too, only because I've got it set up with my keyboard to switch between scenes and different things, and I don't have to do all of that editing afterward. It started to take the joy out of just doing the hobby, and this way, you know, if there's a glitch, yep, go ahead there, Andrew.
There's just the boomer zooming that needs fixing.
I saw that. I saw that comment too, you glorious bastard. I did see it. But yeah, it just makes it easier. But at any rate, I am going to end this now. And you guys know what I say at the end of every video. Remember, whenever you leave your house, you have to have a great looking piece to wear in your wrist. I'll say like this San Martin. And what's you got on there, James?
Oh, I got my Hamilton Traveller 2 GMT, one of my favorites.
Oh, Hamilton. And
That's like 4 or 5 years old right now.
It's more. I think it's 2011 or 2013 or something like that.
Yeah. And remember...
James, guess what? I just had this guy deliver this watch to me just now.
Well, I haven't seen that one before. Can you just show it in better light?
Yeah, right here. Yeah, right here. It just came in.
That reminds me of a G.I. Joe thing.
Thank God. Yes, hey, bro. I was just thinking about that, bro. Wow, bro. Break mine thinking like...
All right, guys. I gotta go here, guys. I gotta go. So remember, wherever you're going, you gotta get here on time. Guys, love you guys. Appreciate all of you guys. And we shall see you again. We'll do it again sometime soon. All right. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. God bless you. And we'll see you in the next one.